of default.
That would be one set of documents.
Okay, and now we've got this new one, which is a petition to the court to prove that they've got the
And that would
promissory
be a separate
note.
set, because
which
it's
they
the
can't
same
have.
thing, even though you never even signed a document, it's your energy that they're banking on.
Absolutely.
It's your money that they're trying to collect. So you still release your lien against them so that they can pay you.
Okay, so in both cases, because we're gonna go after the notice of default, which now that loan servicing arm is saying, we can't even talk to you people because it's gone to the lawyers.
Yeah. I mean,
So we're gonna notice with all three documents, everyone involved in that first notice of default, including the lawyers.
No.
And then we're gonna move over to this petition to the court, which they have to respond to by August 10th. We're gonna start all this process
Right.
again. So we're gonna copy the public trustee who is actually in both items.
If
on
he's
both-
involved in both, yes.
Okay, okay. So it
Whoever
could be
touches whatever they're
duplication,
involved in, right.
but whatever, and we still have to do the
Oh, yes, you always
acceptance
accept.
up front on both of them.
Exactly, the
Okay.
acceptance is the first thing you do. Yes.
Back to the Form 90, and we were talking about the government contract number.
Right.
If there is not one, in other words, if it's not MERS,
Then it's the account number for the mortgage,
thank you.
the loan number.
Okay.
But indicate what it is. If it's a loan number, put loan number. If it's a MIN number, put MIN number.
And would you go back to the original one or the current? If
A
it's
week
been-
after closing.
Thank you.
Now, you just said that it was regarding a case for eviction and or foreclosure, what about bankruptcy, in your opinion? I got a concept in my head, but I'm dying to hear what your concept would be in a bankruptcy case that was done by the defendant, the one who's in possession of the house, as another motive or another track to take to forestall the eviction. Because in Arizona, when the bankruptcy was filed, it stops everything. Now they got to move in for a
Yeah,
stay.
they've been doing that here for people too.
Yeah, they got to
And
move.
when
when
they
they move
were
to
you the one
stay.
asking me about bankruptcy? Who was asking me about bankruptcy? Yeah.
Right here, yeah,
Okay.
it was a petition for
Right.
bankruptcy that I had to do just to stop
Right.
the trustee
Well, this
sale.
is how I understand you use bankruptcy, and this is what they're using here since I've shared this with them, and it's working for them. And it's only as a stall tactic, but you can do it forever. All right, go read the bankruptcy rules, and you'll find that it tells you that as long as you cancel the bankruptcy prior to it being dismissed, it's as if the bankruptcy was never filed. So here's what you do with your little cycle. You go in and you get there, what is it? I don't remember the name of the
B10.
form. No, not the 10. No, there's another form. They have a B13 or 14, something like that. I can't remember the number. Terrible.
Mine was a
numbers.
13, but again,
No, the form B whatever.
Yeah,
What it is a request to pay
the fee.
the fee in installments. Because you can pay this fee in 4 installments. So what you do is you go in there and you give them your filing and you give them $75 down. And you fill out you promise that you'll pay $75 a month for the next 3 months. Okay? Then you go home and you wait. Now you got 15 days or 10 days or whatever to fill out your paperwork, right?
yes.
Then you can ask for you can get an extension.
Correct.
So what you do is you wait until your time is almost up. You go get an extension.
Yes.
Now you got your extension. Now you're out to almost a month. Now, when that extension expires, now they're going to set it for dismissal. But
Without
that's
bar. Without bar.
I don't understand what you mean.
Without bar means that you still can move forward within a 180-day time
Yeah, yeah.
period to file again.
Right,
Because
right.
without bar.
But they're going to move forward to dismiss it. And so what you do is now you're about 30 or 35 days into the deal, and you've gotten your notice, or you know you haven't gotten notice. You know that they are going to dismiss it. So what you do is you start calling the clerk every couple of days, a couple times a week. Call them on Monday, call them on Wednesday, call them on Friday. Say, is this case set for dismissal yet? They'll say no. Call them again. Is it set for dismissal? No. Finally, after a couple of weeks, they'll tell you, yes, it's set for dismissal 15 days from now. Okay, great. Now you know 14 days from now, go in there and voluntarily dismiss it.
Yeah.
It's as if it never happened. Now, because you just voluntarily dismissed it, now the court's going to notify the trustee. Trustee's going to go down and put another notice in the newspaper. Trustee's gonna publish the sale again. They're gonna give you another month or 5 weeks or 6 weeks until the sale. You go back down the day before the sale and you file bankruptcy. You pay $75 with your little payment plan and start the whole thing all over again. Yes.
What happened down in San Diego is that when we filed the bankruptcy first to stop the sale, we do that and we have a 15 days of dismissal. What happened after that, if you get the dismissal, the bank doesn't have to give you another notice. They just sell the property.
That's why you dismiss it.
That's if you dismiss it. We don't dismiss. We don't know that tactic.
Right.
Until now.
You dismiss it the day before it gets dismissed.
Then the bank is required to do the whole.
Then they have to go through the whole thing all over again.
Because it was like it never happened.
It was as if it never happened.
But when does that
Be
stop?
prudent and check and make sure the banks follow procedures.
Well, yeah.
Historically,
Because they
they
have
don't
not.
follow and they
Yeah, I
don't
know.
foreclose. So,
I know. We have a lady right here, and her sole job is dealing with the sheriff.
right.
That's what she does. Is she calls the sheriff and she reminds the sheriff every day of his duty under this bankruptcy. That's her job. She does not let the people get pushed around. You're right. People do get pushed around. This is not for the faint of heart.
No.
No.
How many have you done successfully where you're all out the door?
10 foreclosure or 10 evictions. 1 down here, 9 in San Mateo and San Francisco. 3 full reconveyances. All of those were up there in San Francisco. 1 reconveyance that we were supposed to get Friday or Thursday. I don't know if she got it or not. I haven't talked to her. And there's supposed to be 2 more this week coming up. And then it's cascading after that because we've been working on 170 families right here in this building. And they're almost all of them at the end. So it's going to be a big waterfall here in a minute. Yeah.
When you send out the 28, you send them notices, 28, 90, 91, how long will it take for the bank, for them to start sending back to you or it's complete?
My experience has been that it takes them between 2 and 3 months to get it done.
2 and 3 months, so what do you do for the meantime?
Okay, that depends on what kind of time you have. That's where you have to be flexible as well. If you have the time, then you just sit back and you wait. If you don't have the time, then you don't. That's why I suggest that you send it to their regulatory agency as well. That way, if you don't have the time, a week after they receive it, you can call the regulatory agency and you can ask them, did you get my paperwork? And what's the status of the investigation?
Which regulatory agency are you talking about?
The bank's regulatory agency.
It's either FDIC or Comptroller of the Currency.
Oh, there's all kinds. There's Office of Thrift Supervision. There's a whole bunch of them.
So which one do you send it to?
The banks,
The
the
bank?
bank you're dealing with,
Okay.
So how do you,
whatever their regulatory agency is.
how do you
How do we
reinforce
identify
that?
that?
Like, in other words, 3 months you were talking about, with
Yeah, we're
proper
moving
paperwork,
right on
can
down the
you do it
road.
sooner?
You're asking questions about 5 minutes at a time.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
We filed a lawsuit for fraud, misrepresentation, a whole bunch of stuff in state court in Nevada. They requested to move it from state to federal. They filed an answer to our original claim, and then we just recently filed a first motion for, what do you call it?
Motion for extension.
No, not
No, we haven't filed a motion, first amendment complaint.
First Amendment complaints, and that's where we're standing right now.
And we do have the 2891.
Getting ready to file that, but.
But that's you
still in-
suing them.
Pardon?
That's you
That's-
suing them.
that's
We're
suing them.
doing that for a stall tax.